Hello guys, in this video I would like to discuss with you Carl Jung's theory of introverts and extroverts. I kind of noticed, that there isn't that many good Jung videos on YouTube. I mean, there are some, and they're all pretty generic. They kind of talk about Jung, believing in myth. He thought myth is great, and he was a student of Freud's, and they had some disagreements. I just found it pretty generic and just pretty boring. There isn't that many videos who actually get into the what he's actually saying in detail, in great depth. Okay, so that's what I would like to do with one of his texts. It's the text in which he talks about the difference between people who are introverted and extroverted. Okay, let us jump into it. Okay, Jung. First of all, I'd like to say that I really like Jung. Usually people kind of say that Nietzsche is the follower of Schopenhauer, and that definitely makes sense. They both shared so much in common. Nietzsche was very influenced by Schopenhauer. Concepts like morality, will, suffering, nihilism. These are common themes to both Nietzsche and Schopenhauer, but there were lots and lots of major differences at the same time between Nietzsche and Schopenhauer. And I think that Carl Jung is actually much closer to Schopenhauer than Nietzsche was. And, I think that Jung is the real, successor to Schopenhauer and not Nietzsche. So this famous concept of introvert versus extrovert, okay, pretty popular concept. Kind of people really seem to enjoy discussing it. They say, or whatever that guy did, well, that makes sense, he's an extrovert. Or that guy, you're so smart, you read all these big fat books, you must be an introvert. So how does Jung define extrovert and an introvert? Well, you see, the key concept is, how do you relate to an object outside you? There is an object outside you, a watch, let's say. Well, in this case, what is stronger, your mind or the object, the watch? Does the object have such an impact on you that it kind of, you can almost say, takes over? It kind of it dominates your mind. If that is the case, you are an extrovert, and if that is not the case, you are an introvert. If your mind is always stronger than the object, you're an introvert, and if the opposite is the case, you're an extrovert. And for Jung, it's not quite as simple as that. There are kind of nuances, and there's also kind of a area in between, and also all of us sort of compensate. If you're an extrovert, you will always kind of do things to try to become more introverted, and vice versa. And the thing that I find super interesting about this whole concept is that Jung kind of gives us a total reinterpretation of history as such from this point of view. I really love it. When there is a unique theory of history that is really, really interesting. I mean, kind of people like Marx, Hegel, Oswald Spengler, Nietzsche, they all kind of came up with brand new theories of history. They kind of interpreted all of human history in a new way, and that's what Jung does too. Absolutely fascinating stuff. And for him, the archetypal extrovert is Aristotle, and the archetypal perfect example of an introvert is Plato.